Everybody, welcome back to, Nature's BS, soon to be the Holy Quail. How are we introing it now?
I don't know. I don't know how we're. It's the first time since we've made the announcement.
Oh, it is. Okay. Well, PBC the Holy Quail at the moment, Nature's BS. Um, Me and Andy are back. Nick is not here this week. But who have we got in the chat? Bird and Chris. Hello, Bird and Chris, Pookie, and Nathan Macro. Hello, guys. How's everyone's weeks? How's your week been, Andy?
It's been good. Sun's out. Sun is out. It's very hot. I've got a tan already. Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell through the camera, but I honestly have a tan already. Hey, Barnacle.
And compared to me, you look tanned. I'm looking a bit ghostly at the moment. I think I
I've
need to go out in the garden.
I've got like a tan line about here, okay, and it's
Oh
to
no.
about there, because that's where my top finishes. Because I pull
Yeah.
my sleeve up, top finishes about there, then my gloves start about there. So like this area here has got a slight tan to it. The rest of me is like white. So yeah.
That you if you if you bend over, my mum's a gardener and she has a tan line where her shirt rides up and her jeans. And it always makes me laugh so much, and it makes her laugh as well because her and her friend have matching tan lines like
Yeah.
that. So you might get that.
I'm sure I'll get that too at some point. Yeah, I'll just above the bum, at the
Basically,
base
just
of the
above the
back,
bum,
the base of the back. I'll have tan lines as well. It'll be quite amusing.
closer to the sun. You're bending up, aren't you?
Yeah, the only person to see them will be Lisa. So,
Mm,
what
we
about
can't
you?
complain about the hot weather though.
No,
I mean, I personally have been enjoying it, but I'm not out in it all the time.
I'm out in it all day. It's quite intense, and it's only it hasn't even hit 20 degrees yet. It's like 15 degrees has been the hottest, and I'm out about in like t-shirt already. It's like today. Nowhere to hide either. You're just having to find a tree to hide behind for 5 minutes.
You need like a cool box just stacked with like lots of ice cream and
I wish.
beers.
That'd be great. Maxed out at 8 degrees here, says Barnacle. Don't worry, Barnacle, it'll soon go up. Because
Yeah,
spring is here.
it's only March. The clocks go forward,
Go back.
forward, back. Oh,
No,
every time
forward.
I
No, you're
pick
right.
one.
Spring forward,
Oh,
fall back.
huh?
You're right, yeah. Spring
Yeah,
forward, fall back. So they go forward. Is it next
on
weekend?
Sunday.
No, this weekend coming, the weekend after.
I
Yeah.
thought it was this
Is
weekend.
it this weekend?
Oh,
So,
can
so
someone correct us?
yes, somebody in
Is
chat will
it?
tell us, yeah. 30th, I
I
think,
don't
says
know when.
Barnacle. So that's
Oh,
that's the following weekend. Yeah,
I'm up for this weekend for like the next week to be really light.
it
So
is really light. I get up at half past. I get up at like 6:15, 6 o'clock, and the sun's up already.
true,
Although what
true.
I will
That is
say,
true.
this is what's making it so difficult for me at the moment. 17C today, 18C tomorrow, 21 on Friday. Wow, Pookie.
21.
Wow.
21. Whoa, you need your t-shirts.
Yeah.
That's insane.
What's making it so difficult for me at the moment is when I go outside first thing in the morning. This morning it was minus 1.5 when I went outside.
Yeah, it's
I had to
really cold
de-ice
at
my
night.
car, okay,
Yeah,
scrape all the ice
yeah.
off of the windshield and everything like that. And then by 10 o'clock I'm down to a t-shirt.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening there because I do agree. It's like I've been doing a lot of pond stuff, as you'll see, and obviously it's like really nice and sunny, and then things are freezing over, and it's odd.
Yeah, even Pookie strugglers. They say -2 in the morning,
In the
17
morning.
at noon. Hard to dress for. Yeah,
Kind of hard to dress for. Lots of layers.
lots of
I
layers that
feel
you can just
like.
peel off. But
Yeah, just
but but
slowly peeling off in the
but then you're
day.
carrying around all these clothes. You're just like I shouldn't complain.
That is the thing.
I shouldn't complain. I've just come through the winter and it's been like minus. Like I've had days that it's been like -5 and stuff like that. It's been crazy. I'm in cycling shorts. Woo, thermal gloves, and buff. Hee hee. You're all right, Barnacle. Soon you'll get the lovely weather too.
Yeah.
Hopefully not your 50-mile-an-hour winds for long.
Blowing you off your bike.
Yeah,
No,
probably June.
I think it's going to be like nearly 20. I think it when I looked it said like 18 or something here tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. So tomorrow I'm at 16. I'm up to 16 degrees tomorrow. Friday's the same.
I'm 18.
Yeah.
18 tomorrow.
It's dropping back down next week. Like the temperature drops
Oh,
again next week. Like apparently Thursday, Friday, it's going to be 6 to 8 degrees. So,
it's really rainy. So let's enjoy it while we can, guys.
and tomorrow's a day of full sun, whereas today was like sun, and then the clouds would come over occasionally, which would give me a bit of a rest break, but a bit of
I don't think it
respite.
was. I was, yeah. I don't think it was where I was. I think it was just sun. And I made the mistake of wearing a hat. And then once you've committed to the hat and you've kind of already got a bit sweaty in the hat because you realise you're too hot, you have to kind of leave it on. Um, so that was my mistake this morning. But so I actually do agree with you, Pookie. It's hard to dress for the weather.
Very much so. Very much so. There we go. Da, 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 da.
Oh, shall we move on to wildlife encounters?
Yeah, let's do it. I would let you go.
Oh,
I would.
actually,
On you
sorry, I've got exciting news.
go. Go on.
Well, it's exciting for me. I decided to buy finally a camera.
Amazing.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm like really excited. So I'm gonna need everyone's wildlife photography tips and tricks and
What have you
all of
gone
that
for?
because so I've done a lot of research and I got into so many rabbit holes of cameras.
Welcome.
And then it's insane. And then I was like, oh, that's a reasonable camera. And then it's like, no, that's actually just the shell of the camera. It doesn't come with any lens
Yeah.
or anything like that. And I was like, what the hell? This is going to cost me like a near fortune. But then I settled on it's a beginner camera called the Nikon Coolpix 950.
That's what I've got. That's what Pookie's got.
P950.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
that. That's that.
oh, that's what you
That's what
use.
I use. That's what Pookie uses.
Oh, that makes me feel a lot better about my
Yeah.
decision then.
Yeah. Great camera. Really, really good. It's really good all rounder.
Two people that know how to use that camera really,
Oh yeah,
really
Jono
well.
as well. Well remembered, Pookie. I borrowed
Oh,
Jono's actually
Jono.
one day, so
Oh, this, you know what? I was kind of like doubting it and thinking, am I making the right decision?
nope.
And I actually probably should have put it out there and asked you guys.
Yeah, there's the Cool Pick series are really good. So there's the P900, which is the older version of the P950.
Hmm.
There's the P950, which is the latest version out of all of them that has been released
Yeah,
so far. There's the P1000, which is bigger and has a much longer range, so it's got like
Zoom. Yeah,
125 times optical zoom, whereas
saw
the
that.
P950 and the P900 have an 83 times optical zoom. And then there's the P1100, I think is the new one they've just announced, which is an upgrade
Yeah,
to the P1000. But it's
yeah,
basically the exact same body. It's just got the updated tech inside it that the P950
yeah.
has. So
But then it's a lot more
yeah,
expensive.
yeah,
And then I read as well in my big wormhole of it, that it's not that even that much better to justify the price of it,
no.
basically. Like I'm on Facebook groups and everything with wildlife cameras. Did you know there's an actual Facebook group if anyone cares for people with a P950 camera?
Is there?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I am part of it. If anyone wants to join.
Yeah, so the best person to talk to would be Pookie about settings and stuff once you've got it. Because
Okay.
Pookie certainly helped me out with his settings and stuff. And we have a nice new channel in Discord called Gear Talk. Has a camera on his
Gear
phone, says
talk.
Burder Chris. Yes. Yeah, so we've got other text channels at the very bottom, and there's one called Gear Talk. So in there will be really, really good place to ask questions about gear, like what settings you should do, all that kind of stuff. And then the best tip I can give you is just go out and start taking photographs
Yeah.
and practice
Okay.
and just keep practicing and keep practicing and keep practicing, and don't worry if you don't get it right, because none of us get it right all the time. I use an Olympus TG6 for looking
Looking
underwater.
under.
That's cool.
Ooh. Yeah, that would have to be pretty waterproof. Is it like a compact little camera that, or is it a big one?
Yeah, your cool pics you can't put underwater. It's not waterproof. It's not water sealed. Just to make you aware.
No. No. Imagine like the first day receiving it, I'm like, you know what? I want some pictures of newts.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, I actually don't worry, Andy. I read that it's not very water resistant.
Yeah.
It was like real late night scrolling for like about a week.
It's just a good
But
wee
I'm
cam
actually
size, small,
happy
says Barnacle.
it's small, yeah. Because that's it, you want it kind of that you can take it around as well. Like that you're not carrying like a big heavy thing, otherwise you wouldn't take it.
Yeah, the 950 weighs about a
Mm.
kilo, all in.
That's fine. You can pop it in your bag. Pookie says 950 is lightweight, so easy to walk with. Excels at things that sit still and can get things very close. Needs good light for best results.
Yes, I agree with all of
Mm,
that. It's
okay.
very difficult to get those birds that refuse to sit still, because it takes a
Oh,
while.
right.
So if I turn mine on, so so that's the thing, and then it takes a while for the full zoom to come out. So that
Right.
so that takes quite a period of time, and then you've got to focus, and then you've got to take the picture. So you're hoping that whatever it is you're trying to take a picture of sits still long enough for you to get that shot. Mine isn't as
Okay.
heavy as I thought it was going to be. And you've got a really good lens now, don't you, Nathan? You've got a 1:400 on
Like a
yours, so
big
and we'll
lens.
see some of your images later.
Mm.
Because again, he's made me very jealous, and he's managed to get a picture of a bird that's on my bucket list. Has Nathan,
Um.
and of course I haven't seen it.
Well, it's early. It's
It is
early.
it is still early. Maybe
So
not for this species, but here we go. Anyway, shall we move on? Shall we move on to our thing?
let's wildlife encounters. You can go first,
You
Andy.
want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am going to start off with the foxes in the garden this week. Okay, I don't
Um,
have any videos for you this week, but I do have a photograph that I took yesterday morning at 7 a.m. from my back door
with your Nikon Coolpix.
with my Nikon Coolpix.
Ah, look at him. So what time was this?
7 a.m. just before I
7
left to
a.m.
go to work. So last week, oh, is that the same as the Zoomy guy last week? It is Barnacle. Yes, that's exactly the same fox. So last week I had a video on, and the fox was honestly doing zoomies around the garden, just
Ah.
running in circles, having fun. So I think this is a young fox. This might be its first full year, and it's yeah, just chilling out in my garden. But the reason I don't have any videos is because I gave my camera trap to my neighbours, literally right next door, because
Oh,
they have a fox den underneath their shed that is
that
just
makes sense.
that is just been dug out. So I set the camera up to see if it's a fox den or a badger den, and it is a fox den. So I've got video of the foxes going into that den. Only one video of it though. But what was even more surprising were the two ducks that keep visiting their garden. There's two mallards that keep visiting their garden, just
Just
sitting on the
keep like
lawn.
waddling.
Yeah, just la 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 la.
Do you live near, like, is there a pond or is there like
So
big lake near?
to the right of me right now, so I'm looking down my garden at the moment, and to the right there's a row of houses. And before those houses were built back in the early 2000s, there used to be a duck pond. So I think the ducks kind of have a feeling that there's supposed to be water there. And then there's also a
Um,
stream at the bottom of the garden as well, one that runs just past the bottom of my fence. So I reckon they paddle about in that as well.
right.
So yeah, so there we go. So we'll start off with the fox from the garden.
Oh.
But my main wildlife trip was out to RSPB Langford Lowfields, which is one of my favourite nearby sites in Nottinghamshire. It's just north of Newark, and it's an old sand quarry. And it's still a working sand quarry as well. So as the quarry moves on, each pit is finished, that pit is handed off to the RSPB for them to rewild, and Tarmac, the mining company, move on to the next area and continue.
Mm.
So I was there, and I went to see if I could spot some bittern, or even just hear bittern, because if I could get a recording of a bittern boom, I thought that'd be really cool.
I've heard it's a good year for bitterns this year.
Yeah, I failed miserably. There was no noises or anything, but I did see quite a few things. So the first picture is just a long distance shot. This is using the full zoom in my camera, not the digital zoom, just the optical zoom. So I want you to tell me how many different species that you can see in this picture. That's the challenge for everybody in chat.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Um, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
You've got six. So what species do you think there are?
Well, a swan.
Okay, so what type of swan? The one at the front, what type is that? You can't quite tell
Just
because its head's facing the wrong way.
yeah, just your bog standard. Is it
Mute
mute?
swan, yeah.
Mute
So
swan.
that's a mute swan, yeah.
Um, and then a heron,
There's a grey heron right in the middle of the shot, yeah. Hidden in
and
the
then an
reeds.
egret,
There's great white egret, yeah.
and then at the back, is it like? I mean, it could be whatever, like a grebe or something. I'm not sure. There's something in the back that's dark, and it looks like a long neck.
So behind the heron and the egret, in the water behind them, there's a group of large white birds, and they're whipper swans.
Oh, I kind of thought they'd be the same swan.
No, they're
Ah,
whippers. Whoopers? Yes, Nathan, whoopers.
yeah, workers.
Or hoopers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then
And then I thought that little
there's a
little dot.
mallard. There's a mallard
Yeah,
duck there, just in front of the great white egret. So that's 5.
yeah,
And then I honestly cannot make out what the one at the very back, top right is. I can't make out what
yeah.
that is. It's just too far away. Just to be a grammar pedant, the question should have been how many species can be seen, not how many species can you see. Oh, you have no idea how good my eyesight is. I might be Mr. Magoo. Yes, Birder Chris, that's true. Any bitterns, Barnacle? No, there were not any bitterns, I'm afraid.
Uh,
There could be bitterns in that picture, and I just can't see them.
Yeah, very well camouflaged, to be
Like
fair.
they could be in there, but I don't think there are. So there we go.
Cool though.
So next, I got there, and what's the shape near the egret's beak? Ooh, okay. Is that the one that's in the
Mm,
water? I see a chiff chaff there too, all the way at the back in one of those trees.
surely not.
Of course you do, Nathan. Yeah, so there's a mallard just in the water, just in front
Yeah.
of the great white egret. So yeah, anyway, I got there in the rushes. Ooh, reeds. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I might have to get the picture up.
Let's zoom.
Let's do a zoomy, will we? Okay, let's do a zoomy. Da, 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 da.
Just right and up of the mallard.
We're doing some zoomies. Here we go. Have I zoomed in the wrong area? I'm on mobile, so it might be a bit of pants. I
No, I can't see anything.
might not be in the right spot.
No, I
Just
think you
vegetation. Look like something from a distance. Okay,
yeah.
you're in the right spot. I think it's vegetation. Those reeds to the right of the mallard looks like
Yes.
an outline of a person.
I literally thought that, Nathan. I was literally looking at it thinking, oh my God, it's like like them horror movies where you kind of like
Yeah,
zoom in and see something. It does.
that's cool. Very cool. Right, so I got there and I was chatting to the welcome person at the little surf shack that they've got, and he was like, "Oh, what have you come to see?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm hoping to see bittern." And he was like, "Oh, haven't seen or heard any yet today, uh, but they're two glossy ibis." And I was like, "What? Where?
Wow.
Never seen a glossy ibis in my life." So he points me in a direction, and off I go. And I'm walking up, and I don't go 100 meters, and there's a father and son got their binoculars up, looking at something in the reeds. They've got their scopes out there, and the father turns round because he hears me approaching, and he goes, "It's there! It's just there!" And there's one of the glossy ibis sat not 20 meters in front of me.
Oh, wow. What a
So there's a
monster.
lifer. I'd never seen a glossy
Yeah.
ibis before. Let me do a little bit of info regarding the glossy ibis. So a rather smart bird with its glossy green and purple brown plumage is not much bigger than a curlew, something that surprises many encountering the species for the first time. The glossy ibis has become more familiar to birdwatchers following a series of mass arrivals in the 2000s. Increasing numbers of reports since then mirror an increase in the breeding population located in the southwest of Europe. There have been a number of breeding attempts here, and it is likely that more regular breeding will be a feature in the future. Climate change is thought to have supported the growth in visiting glossy ibis to Britain, with milder winters aiding their survival and enabling individuals to attempt breeding attempts the following year. So there's been one successful breeding attempt in the UK that's been reported so far, and I think that happened 2 years ago in Cambridgeshire somewhere. I remember reporting on it on the RSPB stream, which I thought was really cool. Yeah, so 21,000 records. I'm afraid to say that there are. We can't do our cool little thing regarding the oldest ringed bird because they don't have that. And productivity in nesting is sample sizes are too small to report productivity. So there we go.
A smart little bird.
They've never been wrong. Yeah, very possibly, especially by the BTO. But I also got a video. So I'll show you my little video. Here we go. And you can see the lovely green back.
Barnacle bum. Oh, poke, poke. Oh, wow.
So there we go.
It's a cool video.
So yeah, so a
So
bit
there
of
were
a...
two.
There were
Two of
two.
them.
There were two of them. I only saw one. But
Yeah.
it was being quite annoying, the bird. So I got there and it was very visible. And then it disappeared off into the reeds. And the first pictures I got were literally a bunch of reeds, and then you could just make out the bird behind them. So it was very much an Andy pick.
I was going to say, we'll get an Andy pick for that one.
And then it moved into the reeds and disappeared for about 5 minutes. And I just started chatting to the father and son. And the son is a YouTuber known as Lincolnshire Birder. So had a really good chat with him. Followed his channel. He's got some pretty cool stuff on YouTube, so go follow him. Go check him out. But I was just chatting away, and he's definitely in his teens. I couldn't tell you how old he was, but he was definitely in his teens. And he was telling me about all the birds he'd seen, and just get really excited about stuff. He goes, "Oh, this is the third time I've seen Glossy Ibis," and all this kind of thing. I was like, "Wow, that's amazing." But the bird just kept popping out. So this image that I'm showing now is the third time it appeared, and the video was the second time it appeared.
Right.
So yes, but we stood there watching it for about an hour and a half, and like all the birders just appeared to watch this one bird moving around, which is quite cool.
Oh, nice. Well, successful trip then. Went
Success.
to go see Bittern's.
Got a Glossy
Or a Glossy
Ibis.
Ibis. Not a bad day out, really.
Indeed. But it doesn't finish there.
Oh, this is the same trip. Did we have Glossy Ibis on our species list
We did.
already?
Nathan has already had it.
Nathan's had it.
Nathan had it. Now, the thing about this bird as well, so what Lincolnshire Birder said is that it's a juvenile. And I went, "Oh, how do you know that?" And he's like, "Well, it's because it's got the head is stripy, so the feathers aren't fully thing, so it's got a stripy head." I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that." So apparently, this is a juvenile. So it's probably come over, and there's, like I say, there's two of them. Possibly both of them are juveniles, but you never know. They might attempt to breed at Langford Lowfields, which should be great. So I might even see some nesting ones this year, which would be cool.
And then even more Glossy Ibis.
And even more Glossy Ibis.
I wonder in Cambridgeshire where they were. I have an idea where they might.
It was somebody's.
be.
It was somebody's garden that they. Yeah, it was.
Oh.
It was in a garden.
Oh, it's in his garden.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea where that was. Because is it Shropshire Fen that's in Cambridgeshire?
No, that's in
That's in
Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Yeah, it's just outside Norwich. Where do they breed? I honestly couldn't tell you, Barnacle.
Oh, Fen Drayton, maybe I was thinking of. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Fen Drayton, which is an RSPB reserve.
Where do Glossy Ibis breed? So no, it's not where. What? What's the word I'm looking for? It's in my head, but I can't remember. I can't get it out. Habitat. Do
Birdie Chris says Mediterranean areas. Thought is thought is wetlands down there are drying up, so they're moving north.
Ah, so it's definitely wetlands that they'll
Mm.
breed in as well. Then that's cool. Very cool. Right, moving on to my species focus, and I've still got another bird after that as well. So I finished watching the Glossy Ibis after about an hour and a half, and I thought to myself, well, first UK breeding attempt was somewhere.
Someone's garden. They must have a nice garden.
No, I think that's the first successful breeding attempt. I
Right.
think I think they've tried to breed in many locations,
Mm.
and maybe not successfully. So anyway, after I'd finished with the Glossy Ibis, I moved off to try and find bittern. Didn't see any bittern. I saw lots of blackback gulls. I saw Setti's warbler that refused to sit still long enough for me to take a photograph of it. Because they pop up and I go, oh, there it is, and I get my camera up and I'm zooming
Gone.
in and I'm trying to focus, and as I'm focusing, it drips back down again, and I'm like, drat. Yes, first attempt in the UK was a certain reserve in Lincolnshire. Alas, the female jilted the male. Oh, would that be starting with an F?
Yeah.
Bird of Chris, that specific reserve.
I don't think it is.
But what I did get was a lovely little reed bunting. Ta-da! So this is a reed bunt, Freeston Shore. No, not that one. I'm actually going to come and see Freeston. To be fair, I keep coming to Frampton, but I never head out to Freeston. So I might have to pop over and do a Freeston at some point soon. So I wanted to talk a bit more about the reed bunting today, because it's quite a common bird and one that we possibly overlook quite a lot. You know, it's kind of, oh, it's just a reed bunting. We are doing it up, going to be great. Oh, cool birder, that'd be amazing. So not just a bird of reed beds, this common species is widely distributed across much of Britain and Ireland throughout the year. It's absent only from the highest upland areas. The male reed bunting, which is in this image here, has a striking black head with a white moustache stripe. The female has a browner head, but the moustachial stripe is still visible. When perched, both sexes flirt their tail sideways, showing white outer feathers. The male's buzzing call is distinctive. In winter, the reed bunting often joins other finches and buntings to feed in arable landscapes. At the end of the 20th century, BTO research attributed declines in these species to intensive agriculture, reducing food availability over the winter months. This issue has been to some extent addressed through agri-environment schemes, and there has been a gradual overall increase in the UK population since the late 1990s. However, the picture is mixed with a significant decline in the southeast of England. So that puts the reed bunting as a UK list amber. Hey birdie!
Hey.
So there we go. So let's do a little bit more information about it. Did productivity and nesting. So the first clutch is around about the start of May, and they'll have a clutch size of 4 to 5 eggs, with an incubation period of just shy of 2 weeks and a fledging period of just shy of 2 weeks as well. And with an average age of 3 years, what do we think? Here we go. What do we think the oldest age from ringing of a reed bunting is? So average age 3 years. Picky says 7. Straight in with 7.
I'm gonna go 10.
You've gone 10, okay.
Yeah.
9 years, 6 months is Birder Chris.
5.
5 years, 7
5
months,
years,
13
7
days is Birdie. 9 years, 8 months, says
9 years,
Barnacle, and
eight
now we're
months.
waiting for Nathan to do 9 years, 8 months, 1 day, or 9 years, 8 months, or 7 months,
got
and
we got a
30
few
days.
9 years. I feel like that's might be the lucky one.
I can tell you somebody's really close.
If it's birdie, then that is really, really close.
Somebody's really close. They're 12, 13 days out. I was waiting to see if Nathan puts a guess in. I'm going to give him another 10 seconds.
I love this picture though, because he looks so proud,
Yeah.
doesn't he? He's got his kind of chest puffed up. He's like, hell yeah, I'm here. And you take photos of me.
Yeah, I watched him moving through the grass for quite a while. Cool.
And
Okay.
how close were you to this?
This one, he was only about 5, 10 meters away.
Um,
Not far at all. So, the question is closest is cat. Because you said 10
What?
years.
I finally won one of them.
It's 9 years, 11 months, and 18 days. Set in
Yeah.
1978.
I feel like that proud Reed Bunting right now. Yeah.
There we go. And there's not a
Oh,
chance I am
hero.
going to even attempt to pronounce this. I'm going to put the Gaelic name for Reed Bunting into chat. There we go. I'm not even going to attempt that. My theory of 3 and a bit times the average age still holds true. You're right, Birdie Chris, it
Yeah.
does.
Kind of bang on actually.
Riet Gors, is that what it is in Dutch? Riet Gors, yes.
God.
Haha. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. I'm waiting on Barnacle to actually give me that in like phonetic, so let's see if I can actually
Uh,
do it.
how to actually say it.
Yeah, how to actually say it. There we go.
Gelag.
While that's happening though,
Yeah.
we headed off and we went back to the car park, and I was getting into the car, and then I noticed that there was just a couple of birders with their scopes set up looking upwards, and I was like, what on earth are they looking at? And I scanned the heavens, and then I saw this.
Ah,
So this is a female.
that is a really cool pic. Oh, Barnacle's put
Yeah,
the
I'm trying to say. Jalak du. Hien. Ah, wrong time to typo, Barnacle. Yeah, so this is a female peregrine. Apparently, I just missed the male because the male had taken off to chase off another male that's shown up. So I could have seen 3 if I was like 5 minutes earlier at the car
and what
park.
this was just this is at the
At the
car
car
park,
park,
just like
yeah,
on like a
on a
what is it
telegraph
on?
pole, like one of the really tall but massive like power telegraph things. You know, like the big frames, right at the
Yeah,
very
yeah,
top of
yeah.
it. It's just sat there.
She looks very floofy.
She does. She was giving herself a good scratch. I've actually got an okay picture of her with her claw up, like scratching the side of her head as well. So,
So is it like this time of year, like they're pairing?
so some of them have already started nesting. So the ones on Nottinghamshire University, Nottingham University in the city centre have already nested. Like they're
Wow.
she's waiting to lay eggs now. So I think that's
These are a bit behind the going to
possibly like
university.
I'm not sure. Like there's obviously a male which is courting her because
Mm,
he's now chasing off other males, other suitors.
mm,
So they might be just be looking for a nesting site,
mm.
which would be very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, that's quite cool.
On the
So
cross of the church.
Yalak,
Wow,
yeah,
very religious.
see them mate on the cross of the church here. That's pretty cool. And its own means to purchase. So I don't know. Oh, okay. Sienach. Hien. Hienach. Hienach.
Go on, state of confidence, and
Hienach.
everyone will believe it.
Yeah. It's like Ken. Oh, okay, Ken. Okay, no, I'm not even. No.
Yeah,
It's over too many messages. So. I honestly really need to study Gaelic. I really should. So when I go to the Isles, I can butcher it even more. You're getting better. Thank you, Barnacle. It's very kind of you. There we go. So yeah,
well,
so that was my wildlife encounters from the weekend, which I was very happy with. Even getting to see a glossy ibis, even though I didn't get to see or hear a bittern. But a glossy ibis makes up for that, as does a peregrine, as does a reed bunting. So
I feel like it's still quite a quite successful and nice trip.
one lifer,
Just
uh, yeah, one lifer, and then a bunch of other birds I just love seeing. So
yeah, yeah. Can't complain,
certainly not.
especially from one visit.
Cool. Right, it's your turn.
My turn. As I said, I've been very pondy. Everything is very pondy, newty. It's newt season. Newt season has, well, basically officially started. It's quite warm. They're going to the ponds. So I've been seeing lots of newts, which I will always share with everybody. First one, Palmate. So I've seen all three. We'll look at the Palmates first because it's actually quite good because they're in a tray, so you can see the male and female next to each other. Obviously look like smooth newts, but when the males in breeding season, they get these kind of like webbed feet. Um, so that's how you can kind of tell palmate. And also, um, if you turn them upside down, palmates don't have the kind of spotty throat that smooths have. Um, and I think actually technically they are our smallest snoot, but obviously visually it's kind of hard to see. Um, they live for about 10 years, 5 to 10 years. Um, and they're fairly widespread. I don't get them too much around here, to be fair. They kind of like more acidic soils, like with in heathland and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't see many palmates, so it's quite nice to see these guys. And I love the webbed feet at the back.
I think
It's
palmates are
kind
the
of a
only
theme.
ones I've seen.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen great crested or smooth. So
Me. Yeah, because I honestly I never see it smooths. I see all the time. But that might just be kind of where I am. But like garden ponds and stuff, smooth newts, love, really. Um, and talking about smooth newts, here's a smooth newt, and it's got its crest, um, on the back. So it's ready for breeding. Um, it's a nice spotty male. Like I said, you can see these guys in garden ponds. I see them loads. My old neighbour used to have so many smooth newts, and they always used to come into the garden. Um, and these will have a spotty neck. Um, Same kind of size as the palmate. And found in most places except parts of Western Scotland, Western Wales, the Isle of Man, and Channel Islands. But smooth newts and palmate newts have actually started to hybridize. So when they're found together, they've actually been found to they're so similar that they hybridize. Um,
Wow.
but there's been no actual successful like breeding of these hybridizations. Um, what did Nathan say? Sorry, quickly went shop. Smooths are better distributed in the south, whereas palmates are more seen in the north, but both can be seen all over. Yeah, but then you're not. I wouldn't call you North, Andy. Are we gonna call you the North?
I'm Midlands, so I'm
Yeah,
the furthest north out of all three of us. But
yeah.
but but it's not exactly north.
No, that's why you should be seeing smooths, really, in my opinion. But
But you see, I've seen newts in Langer, which is southwest Nottinghamshire, southeast Nottinghamshire, southeast
mhm,
Nottinghamshire, uh,
mhm,
in a pond. But I couldn't tell you what type they were because they came from up from the bottom of the pond, took a fly, and then went back down again, and I just couldn't get an image or anything of them on a camera.
um,
Uh,
see, they could, yeah. So I mean, they could have been either
yeah,
and
palmate. I've
slowly
seen.
capture them.
If you remember, I took pictures of palmate newts in at Crombie Country Park in one of the ponds there, which is up in
Right.
Scotland, just north of where my parents are.
Ah, Scotland.
So,
Yeah,
so
makes
that
sense.
they were palmate newts, and I've never seen. I don't think I've ever seen great crested. So, but again, the ones I saw at Langer might have been great crested newts. I just don't know.
Well, I think you would be able to tell if they're great crested newts. Like they are beasts. Like small, like smooth and palmate about this, but like great crested, like little dragons. Um, Barnacle Bum, I'd love to see newts in person. Have you not seen newts, Barnacle? I guess Scotland. Palmates again? You've seen them in Scotland? Oh no! We need to get Barnacle to see some newts this year. Everyone needs newts in their
She
life.
might have to do a bit of travelling.
Yeah, yeah. I've got some excellent ponds around here, Barnacle, where you can see loads of newts. But yeah, like these two species are so similar that they've been hybridizing, which is kind of odd, but there's been no issues with it. I think they live a happy life, but they just they just can't pass on their genes kind of thing. But kind of interesting. And then the last one I've seen is Great Crested Newts, which obviously I think they are my favorite 100% because like I said, they're mini dragons. And when you actually see a Great Crested, yeah, it's pretty cool. And the males have got their crests at the moment. I think there's a picture of a bucket of newts where there's male and females.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so you can kind of see in that picture, you see the male with the big crest, um, and then the females, and also the male has that lovely white flash on its tail, um, which is great if you're like torching a pond, if you've got like a light, because it's a real giveaway because that reflects on the light so much, the tail, because it will just whip, and that's how the male great crested newt will be courting because he'll start like whipping his tail around, and it's really fancy. That is a fun bucket, Barnacle. Um, so someone jokingly offered to post me a newt this morning. I don't know if it'd make the trip unless it's in a tank. Well, to be fair, like alpine newts, if I ever find an alpine newt barnacle, I will post that to you because obviously, if we find alpine newts, they are invasive, so we can't legally release them again. So a lot of people have alpine newts as pets. And there's quite a lot of alpine newts actually where I am and kind of down south. um, oh God, don't send invasives. No, I'd only send it for a pet, not for you to release. Do not release it. Um, so yeah, as you can see, they're darker, they're a lot
Sorry.
bigger, and great crested newts will actually eat the small newt larvae. So sometimes you won't see great crested and the small newts in one area because obviously the great crested will predate their larvae. Um, but I think when they haven't got much opportunity, they have to pick kind of the same ponds. So then they end up together anyway. Then I've got a picture of a great crested newt laying eggs, which I saw in the evening. And they'll obviously just lay one egg and then seal it. And it's kind of like, what's that kind of paper thing where you like,
It's
I can't remember what it's
origami.
called. Origami. It's like egg origami. That is exactly what it is. They're just folding. Nathan, yes, they were are all under license as they need a license to work with great crested newts. Smooth and palmate, you don't need a license, but with great crested, you do. And everything is under license, so it's all good, guys. So yeah, this was torching at night, and you can see kind of all the little folds that this newt has made, and there'll be thousands of little eggs that the female great crested newt has laid that night. And then I wanted to talk a bit about there's been loads of research on great crested newts, and where I went is a big research facility basically, and they've done like so much leading research into the species. And one way that they do it is by the belly patterns on the great crested newt. So I've got a picture of how they record it. And I think a lot of places do the same thing. It's each individual newt has a different belly pattern, and they can take pictures of that and they can know the size and they can ID that individual newt, which is very in detail, but they have so much data and they can know what ponds they're going into and how long they're living. Um, and yeah, pretty cool. It's like a little barcode for newts. And obviously, this is the newt is fine. They come back all the time. And I think they had the oldest recorded newt was around 20 years old that
What?
they were recording. Yes.
Wow.
Great crested. Mm-hmm.
Nice, Nathan. That sounds really good. So I should be able to get some
Yes.
sand lizard photos
Oh,
soon under licensing. That'd be very cool. Barnacle says,
oh,
Grandpa
very
Newt,
jealous. Grandpa Newt indeed, yes.
20 years old. That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, it is mad because I think as well when I Googled kind of how long they're supposed to live for, it said 10 to 15 years. So it's done quite good. Um, so yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool species. There's a lot of research about these and kind of things affecting them and their behavior. But I think I'm finding the most interesting thing at the moment with these newts is kind of how climate change is affecting them. Because obviously the industrial revolution, all of that, their populations significantly dropped. But now they've kind of been, and obviously with I don't know, farming, fragmentation, all of that. But now they've been increasing. But obviously, climate changes the last couple of years has become not going to say worse, but it's been more apparent in my opinion these last couple years.
Yeah.
It's like we can see real changes in the weather, and we're getting a lot milder winters, so that we're not getting as cold winters, and that's actually causing serious decline in newts because obviously they're not properly hibernating. They're kind of waking up and they're burning energy that then they're not going to have for when they wake up in the spring. So seeing a decline in numbers from that. And also, as it's getting warmer earlier, males are going into the breeding ponds early. And obviously, when they're going into the breeding ponds, they're using their energy to create their lovely crest. But if there's not many females in there that haven't also came in, then it kind of loses its mating potential for that year, because the crest will slowly deteriorate. So I thought that was quite interesting. And obviously we've got extreme weathers where we'll get a lot of rain and then we won't get any rain. And in our summers, we've sometimes had some quite dry summers, so obviously our ponds are drying up more where they wouldn't before. So obviously when the newts lay their eggs around this time and then they get their larvae, by the summer these ponds could be completely dry, so that means all those larvae are not going to survive. So there's actually quite a lot of implications, like a lot of things, to be honest, with climate change. Um, so yeah, that was just my point. I find it quite interesting how the climate is gonna impact the species because they've been doing so well, and we have such a stronghold in the UK for this species because we put such emphasis on it, and we've been doing really well. But climate change might come in
Yeah.
and show
Ruin
us
ruin all
show
the
us
hard
something.
work that people have been putting in to help some really some species that really need it. For example,
Exactly,
newts.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like I always hear the thing of, oh, well, why we've got loads of newts now. Why do we need to help them? It's like, no, why we do have good newts, but why do we have to stop just because we've got a
Yeah.
good population of newts? Just let's carry it on. Let's have loads. But yeah. Um, what have we got? Just remembered I have a UV torch now and it's dark, going for a quick walk around my garden. Oh, nice.
And then Birdie says, "Did you know that Scotch is opaque to UV?" I did not know that, Birdie. I did not. Oh, that's cool. So lots of newts.
Lots of newts. That's been my couple weeks, newts. But my next time I'll have hopefully camera pictures. Stay
Ooh,
tuned.
that'd be very
Ooh.
cool. Yeah, very cool. Looking forward to that. Right, we're going to have a quick look at all your wildlife encounters that you sent us, folks. So just give us a second while I quickly get that sorted. Da, 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 da. Here we go. I do believe I'm on the right one. I am. Why aren't you working? I was at the right bit, and then now it's going all the way back. Like we saw that last week. Here we go. I think we saw these last week. We did not. So we're going to start off with some more from Pookie.
Oh, some kingfishers. I love kingfishers.
Kingfishers. Just love the blue stripe down the back. It's so cool.
They're gorgeous. What great photos. I love them.
You're talking about the lifespan of newts in the Balkans. There is a cave uh,
Mm.
dwelling salamander called the Olm, which can live for over 100 years. Freaking looking things too.
Oh, what's it called? The Olm. I'm actually gonna have a look at that. Salamander. Whoa! It looks like it's got no eyes. 100 years.
I'm loving that
I
you're
would love
managing to
to find
find these black woodpeckers again, Pookie. Have you have you found out where they're nesting yet, or is that still up in arms?
Oh, wow.
Look at this image from Nathan.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Short-eared owl found the nest. Awesome, Pookie.
Oh,
I look
cool.
forward to the videos and pictures. I'm assuming you're not going to tell anybody. They look like slim axolotls, says at Birdicris, says Barnacle.
Yeah, they do. They do. You
This
can
one as
tell they're
well.
cave dwelling.
This bird is on my bucket list, if you remember, the short-eared owl.
It's gorgeous.
It is stunning. Absolutely stunning bird. So how white the face is, it's really apparent. You just see it. I saw 5 of them, says Nathan. And I've
Whoa.
and I've never seen one. Maybe one day, Nathan. One day. I said the same about Glossy Ibis, and then that just suddenly appeared in front of me.
They're gorgeous photos.
They are.
Wow, look at the detail on the wing.
This one diving for some food. It's seen something.
Hmm.
Beautiful shots. Visited a new area, says Pooks. We got a common snipe
Oh, nice.
hiding away.
Hmm.
I think this is a reed bunting. It is.
Oh, it's a lovely picture.
There's a hare just here, just here.
Oh, yeah. Is it just is it just chilling?
It's hiding.
Ah,
Hiding hare. Doesn't want to be
good
seen.
spot.
Cattle egret. That's a great spot, that one. There's some more brown hair.
Oh, I love hares. I really love hares.
White-tailed eagle. Look at that. Very distinctive with the lovely
Yeah.
white tail at the back. Brilliant. See how it's given its name. Oh, what a shot that
Yeah,
is.
you can. Wow.
Look at that.
That is a great pick. What an angle. They're solid burbs. That's actually the same thought I had, Barnacle. They are solid burbs.
Look at that. It's the spread of the finger feathers.
Oh, yeah.
Just beautiful. An edible urchin from Nathan.
Edible. Can you eat it?
And then we've got a nut crab. A Balia SP. I'm assuming this is the same thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a cool pick, that one. I like that.
Mm.
Looks quite angry, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit grumpy. Do you want me to read off the names? Is that?
You can do. This one's a sea spider.
Sea spider, pheasant shell.
So the next one's a pheasant
The
shell. Yeah,
next
there it
one.
is there. Quite like the colouring on the shell there. Like the pattern's really lovely.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And we're
Oh,
moving on to the
now we're
next
gonna
one.
go. Chrysilla simistriata.
Yeah,
I'm
Pookie, I
butchering
noticed.
these, but
I noticed it also had 7 legs, not 8.
mm.
This one looks like a caterpillar.
So Harmotheclaviria. Clavigeria. I'm the worst at this.
There's 2 of them that were the same. Yeah, and then the second one's imbricata.
Implicata.
Yeah,
Thanks, Barnacle.
good effort, cat. Yeah, right. You're right, Barnacle. It was. And then this one is a close up of something. I think it's the egg sac, isn't it? That's underneath here. This bit.
This is parasitic
Oh,
barnacle.
parasitic barnacle. Is it that bit there, Nathan? Because it's growing out. Yeah, it's growing. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
growing out from under the shell. Ah, right. Okay,
Mm.
I can see it now. That's cool. More from Pookie. So lesser spotted. Still haven't seen one this year, or even heard one this year. Another hair. Yeah, well, I was about to
No.
say. I was about to say that the nest hole's just here. Is that right?
Ah. Ah. Yeah. Or
I need to come to you, Pookie. I honestly need to come over because you just get lessers all the time. Like over here, they're like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
did I tell you the reason I actually decided to get a camera?
Why is that?
Because I was out on one trip and I saw a fox, a woodpecker, um, stoats, like so much on one trip, and I was like, if I like hares, everything, and I was like, if I like and kites, buzzards, of course, and I was like, if I had a camera, I could have taken a picture of that woodpecker and shown Andy.
Maybe jealous. The wagtail. Oh no, lawn. Interesting thumb sound. Yeah, sorry, Barnacle. That's me hitting my mic arm. Ooh, a robin on some
Oh, I
brambles.
love robins. That's a lovely photo. Nathan Macro said the barnacle it castrates the male crab and chemically convinces it that it's a female and the barnacle is its eggs. So it will protect them. And when the barnacle is ready to spawn, it will send a chemical signal to the crab to do the shake to release the eggs like a female crab. That's insane.
It is. And then Nathan says, just a robin.
Just a robin.
I think that's a chiff chaff. It is a chiff chaff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a chiff chaff today as well. And then a crested tit. Look at that. What a shot.
Wow.
Got to go up to Scotland to see crested tits. Still never seen one.
Look at the little
Right.
mohawk.
Nathan's saying guessing game for me regarding the gull. So I think the adult, this one, is a lesser blackback gull. But I couldn't tell you the other 3. Imagine if hybrid chiff chuff. That'd be one hell of a hybrid. The next 2 are herrings. Okay, so that's those 2 there. If I want to
All
you want you
right.
to guess. Oh, right, okay. Well, it's not a Caspian gull, is it? So I don't think it's a Caspian. The back is all the same colour. As are the tail feathers. I'm not sure, Nathan. It's definitely not a med. It's not a little. It's not a lesser or a great blackback gull. It's not a herring gull.
Oh,
Chameleon's gull, subspecies of an Icelandic. I was about to say Icelandic. But again, I wouldn't be able to call that. Chameleon's gull. Karma. Chameleon. It's a second winter juvenile. Wow. Okay. That's cool. So that's a new one then for our list.
nice.
Okay. Let me find that on our list. First for North Wales too, I believe. Oh, that is very cool, Nathan. Well done.
Mm.
Lots of little egrets.
A
Ooh,
gang.
lovely teal. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I like it with the water.
It's interesting, like this bit here, so that like the coloured feathers around the eye that normally look green look like a lovely deep blue in this image.
Yeah, they do.
Little Dunnock chirping away. How did it go, birdie? That's a beautiful
Was it
buzzard
very
shot as well.
successful? Yeah, it's a lovely
Is that
shot.
another short-eared owl?
Yeah.
It is another short-eared owl. Razorbill! I don't think I've put Razorbill on the list yet either.
Mm,
Is Razorbill on the list? It's not. Oh, another one.
another one.
Then,
Birdie said some red glow from some lichen or moss. Nice. Little red plant.
then a comma, which we already had,
That is
and
cool.
a red admiral, which we did not. That's a lovely shot of a red admiral as well. My white pebble dash shines purple under UV. Then a buzzard from Birdie.
That's a gorgeous photo.
Yeah. Looks like a meadow pipit. It is.
And a close up of Birdie thinks a willow.
That's beautiful, actually.
I like the detail in that.
That's lovely. You had a spider in ID too. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting to go to ID help to check out what's there. Pookie's little nuthatch collecting mud for
Oh,
its nest.
oh, what a good photo.
There it goes. Off to its hole. Oh, a lovely wren.
Oh, yeah.
He's got really crazy eyebrows. Does that wren?
Yeah, he has. He's got funky ones.
A great tit poking its head out of its nest.
I love that picture. What a find as well.
Cormorant. Another kingfisher. Or it could be the same kingfisher, just on a different day.
Ah, Pookie, I am jealous of these kingfisher pictures.
We've got both species, both of
And a
them here. We've got the
nest.
male, and we've got the female.
So how are we telling male and female? Hold on.
So there's one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the other one. I'm probably going to get them the wrong way round. But if you look at the bill,
Yeah.
next is in the second behind them. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. So you found a
That's so
kingfisher
cool.
nest as well. So if you look at the bill on this image, at the base of the bill, you
Yeah.
see it's coloured. On this one, it's
Yeah.
not. So my memory may be mixing things up, but I'm pretty sure if it's all black, it's male. And then
Ah,
with the base
okay.
of the bill having a colour on it, it's a female. And as Barnacle
Ah,
says,
like
she's wearing
Barnacle says.
lipstick.
That is a good way to remember it, Barnacle. Thank you. Yeah. Wearing lipstick.
There we go. That's very cool. So that's you've got a lesser spotted nest, a black woodpecker nest, a great tit nest, a nuthatch nest, and a kingfisher nest, Pookie.
No. I
I'm,
think you'd be a great spy. I don't
I'm,
know how
I'm,
you found all of these nests.
I've got 5 different nests for you so far. Yeah, so you can definitely see where the nest is because both of them are flying straight into it now. That's very cool.
Yeah, love that.
Amazing,
Thanks.
Pookie.
Yeah, that's honestly, I wish like I could put myself where that photo is. It must be so cool to see.
Kestrel, peregrine, and sparrowhawk as well. So we're up to 8 nests from Pookie. And I've got a magpie.
I could probably get a pigeon.
So that was a
Nathan
raven.
Macro says,
You
I
for rock
reckon
puppet.
Pookie is shooting them with tracking darts. That'd be a way to do it. I look a bird. He says I've got a bunch of rooks. Nice though. I like
It's still
rooks.
cool though, birdie. It's still very cool. Some guillemots.
Nathan Macro says I have a peregrine's nest, rook, raven, and jackdaw. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice as well. Oh, these are lovely photos. And see how
Puffins! The
funny.
puffins are back!
Puffins! Oh, the puffins.
Puffins are back.
The poofs.
Well, that's cool. So you got Fulmar and Raven as well, birdie. Amazing. On Bubo, my record was 23rd for year listers. Ooh, that's cool. That's my UV torch ordered. Lucky Birdie has influenced me.
Easily influenced.
And we've got a cool thing here from Barnacle.
Ooh, it's cool.
So I'm gonna put that back on again.
It just looks zigzaggy. It's like
Yeah.
very zigzag, isn't it?
Whee! I need to take it out
Oh.
with someone with knowledge like Nick. And then we have a six-striped rustic caterpillar. Brittle stars for days.
Oh wow. Look at the detail on it.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I think this was the same worm that you were showing in the video, wasn't it, Barnacle?
But out of the water.
Yeah. And then that one's just weird. What's that? Yeah, same species. That's cool. Is that another one of the
Um,
same thing? A dahlia and then
um,
an a dahlia anemone.
yeah, Dahlia Anatomy, yeah. Love the photos. They're just so in detail. And that's the wormy. We've got, as Barnacle Bum puts it, a tiny wee baby spiny fish star.
This was an egg
That is a
casing.
tiny wee baby. Why is it so sweet? And then mystery egg mass. Mm.
Yeah, two different beasties, by the way. Hee hee. It's just like so cool. Like you just got
Ah.
the.
Why does it look like it's sticking its tongue out? Very cool.
Right, water scorpion.
I love water scorpions. Um,
A couple of moth caterpillars, I believe.
Birdie said, "Oh, the spiny starfish get huge too. I used to work in a government education centre which had huge spiny starfish. Oh wow! So that turns into a beast." Barnacle said the eggs are still unidentified, ruling out sea slugs and still looking through mollusks. Mm.
Ooh, what type of newt is this one then?
Nude palmate,
Palmate newt.
Nathan has put.
And then that's a great crested.
It's a cresty with its lovely orange belly.
It's very cool belly, isn't it? Yeah, I've
Yeah,
definitely never seen one.
I just think it's yeah, I just think it's cool that you could just every belly patterns because they're so unique. So cool.
Lovely goldfinch.
Yeah,
One of my favourite birds, the stone chat.
great picture.
There's a yellow hammer.
I love yellow hammers. Oh, Nathan said they were doing swab testing for Kitred. Ah,
Is that a woodlark? It
that'd
is a
be
woodlark.
that'd be interesting to see if they've got it, Nathan. Was it suspected that Kitrid was in the pond, or why did you test them? Oh, look at that video.
It's a lovely little woodlark singing. Quickly go back and listen to that again. Very cool. Oh no, I've already done that. Tawny owl, look at that. Sticking its head out going, hello.
Oh, oh, it's such a gorgeous picture. Oh my God. It's just the little crook in the tree. I can't.
It's like
I just
it's like it's
imagine.
looking at you, Pookie, going, hmm. That just opening its eyes just
Mm.
enough to see you.
Yeah, can he see me? Hmm. Um. Oh, look, a birdie said human ear prints are unique, or as unique as fingerprints. I did not know that. The more you know. Yeah, for sure. Thank for macro. Just yearly monitoring. Fair enough. Oh, another woodpecker.
I think that one was a middle spot, wasn't it? It was, and then just a
Oh, look,
mallard
a
having a
birdie
splash.
says, I had a pipit or lark at work today singing its heart out, but it was very urban and I couldn't take a photo. Uh, maybe another day.
That's a water pipit. No, it's a meadow pipit. You got a water. Oh yeah, it's later on. It's a water pipit.
That is a sprongy hair, like Barnacle says.
Now this is a blue throat, which is new for our list as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, chiff chaff. I love how yellow chiff chaff are. I think they're lovely.
Mm.
Another stone chat. Looking very handsome. Oh, a moth. It was an orange underwing, which I think we've already got. This is a peacock butterfly, which we already have. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think someone saw that.
I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, peacock we've got. Orange underwing we've got. There's the water pipit. Red Admiral.
Nice.
Mute swan, male.
Looking kind of fresh. Mm-hmm.
That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do that. And then a very fat ant. It's a pheasant.
I don't like pheasants, but they do have quite striking head colours, don't they?
Need the godwit. I'm pretty sure it's a black tailed. It is. Then a curlew. And a male kestrel sat at the top of a telegraph pole.
They're loving telegraph poles, peregrines, kestrels.
And then barnacles, some lapwings. All the way
I
off in the
love
distance. There it
lapwing.
is. There's the lapwing.
Oh, I love lapwings.
There we go. So that puts us. I'm pretty sure we've already got pheasant. Oh, okay. So we've got pheasant shell twice. Take that one out. So that puts our grand total at 330.
Ooh.
Look at that. Done. Amazing. Keep it going, folks. Keep it
I'm doing
going.
well. Yeah, keep it going. I'm sure everybody will. Nathan said, I unfortunately missed out on little ring plover, snow goose, and twite today.
Oh, the snow goose is a big one. So's the twite, to be fair. And little ring plovers are so sweet. Yeah, as Birdie says, amazing work, guys. Keep it up. We should have a target for the year. I think we should aim for 1,000 different species.
I think,
But I think we'll smash that
I think,
personally.
I do agree. I think 1,000's a good number.
Should we go for
I think
1,000?
1,000 is fine. Yeah, 1,000 round number. We'll smash it,
I
but you
didn't
know.
look at your spider and ID. Okay, let's look at your spider and ID. So this is spoiler because it shows people. That's that's the two. That's me and Nick playing Planet Crafter. Hello. Right, spider and ID. There we go. I mean, we ought to get well over 100 from moths alone. You're right there, Birder. You're right there.
That's true.
And there's still so many birds to arrive for spring, summer as well. And then when all the
Maybe
bees
we
come
should
out.
just maybe 1,000 is too easy.
So
Maybe we should do
what
mine.
type of there were loads of these spiders in the dry grass where I was walking. They looked like they were jumping when they moved, but were maybe just too fast. 1,000,000. Also, this strange formation on the end of the branch. So I think they're to do with wasps. And the wasp nests, these ones. I can't remember what type. Do I have my... Yes, there we go. So let's see if I can figure these out. I'm hoping Nathan's looking as well.
I don't know what.
About an inch in
About an
diameter.
inch and a... Oh, Nathan said he has ID'd them already.
Ah, cool.
One.
It was indeed Nathan. Okay, let's have a look. So
Wolf,
one of the
wolf
thin
spider.
striped-legged wolf spiders. So did I put that on the thing? Let's have a look.
And the gall left behind from an oak apple gall wasp. Oh.
Wolf spider. I did not. So let's get that on. Okay, so the 331. Curious plump egg mass. I've not got that. Eggs, cool. Wee caterpillar bunched up because it went for a flyer. It's just more starfish pics. Oh, it's so cute. Larger spines and oscillated network are visible in the second image, which should make this spiny sea star. So did I put that in? I did not.
Yeah, Barnacle said that's already recorded.
Okay. I've already put that one in, have we? Yeah, spiny
Apparently.
starfish. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's there. It's
Mm-hmm.
number 108. And then there's us. There we go. Cool. So up to 331 now. So let's get that updated. We're almost 30% of the 33% of the way there.
Mm. We're doing well, guys.
Making it rain species count. Cool, right, so it's 9:10. Do we have time to do the news, Kat?
Yeah, we can do the news. Yeah.
Cool. Shall you go first? Let's have you go first.
My news. I guess it is news, but it came out that deer, obviously it's deer, cause high levels of damage to waterways. So it says they're causing high levels of damage by grazing wetland plants and eating farmers' crops. This was a study on the Norfolk and Suffolk Broads. It says the findings highlight significant negative effects, particularly on fen and woodlands. Almost all fen areas show high levels of damage, with tracks and wallows causing considerable disruption to habitat structure and composition, as well as significant harm to fen plant communities. Which obviously not a surprise. It's so this obviously I said it was on the Broads. Experts used thermal imaging to track the movements of the deer and estimated about 4,500 that live in the Broads. Most were Chinese water deer at about 2,000, followed by red deer 1,172, muntjac 1,028, and roe deer 225. um So the report highlighted crop damage on field adjacent to waterways, adding landowners consider fens in particular as deer refuges, making control measures more difficult. So, like anything, deer are not helping the environment.
It's just
Barack Obama always is amazed at the mess of wallows, Chris. So let's get some large predators in to control them.
if only that would happen, Chris. If only that would happen. If only our government were not thinking about the negativity and thinking about the positive things that would happen if we actually made allowed us to release wolves back into or even lynx back into our habitats.
Yeah, I don't think yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure now. Especially now that what did we read? Was it what country was now culling wolves?
Oh, it's Europe.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah. So I don't think it will happen. But yes, Chris, I agree. Let's get some large predators to control the deer population. Because otherwise it won't happen, to be honest.
The thing is that you wouldn't have wolves and stuff down in the fens and whatnot. Like I don't think they would release them there. It was Sweden, says Pookie.
You did,
Isn't
yeah.
isn't it happening over the entirety of the EU though, Pookie, where the EU have changed the conservation status of wolves from like critical to one down, which means they can now be culled under license. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was
Oh, they're trying. Okay.
yeah.
Well, hopefully that won't happen.
Yeah. I think because of that whole thing, I don't know. I think it's even just kind of consolidated it into my mind that I just
Yeah, it's
can't see
even
the
less
UK
likely.
doing
It's
it.
even less likely that it'll happen.
Yeah.
I doubt I'll see a release of either of those species because they definitely won't release bears because that's the other major large predator. So you've got bears, wolves, and lynx. So they definitely won't release bears back into the wild here. Wolves and lynx, there's a very, very slim chance for either of them. And the one I think they would release would be lynx, just because how secretive they are.
Yeah, I think it would be lynx for sure.
Maybe some
We'll
gators.
see.
Yeah, gators would
Maybe
be good,
some
Chris. I quite like that.
some gators in the fens. Can you imagine? In the Norfolk Broads.
Cool. So my news story
What was your
is
news?
from the BBC today, and it's the world's ugliest animal is New Zealand's fish of the year. And it's the blobfish.
Oh, a bit
Like,
bad for him. He's got like a whole news thingy saying they're the ugliest fish. Yeah.
yeah. Once dubbed the world's ugliest animal for its soft, lumpy appearance, the blobfish has made a stunning comeback. It was crowned this week as Fish of the Year by a New Zealand environmental group.
Yay.
The blobfish took home the coveted accolade with nearly 1,300 out of more than 5,500 votes cast. It's an underdog victory for the blobfish, which burst into the mainstream notoriety as the mascot for the Ugly Animal Preservation Society in 2013. There we go. The gelatinous fish lives on the seabed and grows to about 12 inches in length, which is 30 centimetres. They're mainly found off the coast of Australia, where they live at depths of 2,000 to 4,000 feet, 600 to 1,200 metres. There you go. Just a cool little story about fish. A
Mhm.
blobfish being crowned.
The bloopfish.
The world's ugliest animal is New Zealand's Fish of the Year. And that's it. I think we're done.
Yeah.
All very cool.
Yeah, good wildlife encounters. More to species count.
More to the species count. 331. We set ourselves a target of 1,000. So let's see how
Nice.
quickly we can get to 1,000. And then,
Maybe 2,000.
yeah.
Like Nathan said, he had 1,500 birds. Like,
Well, I took some
maybe
pictures of
2,000.
insects today that I'm going to have to put onto the ID help.
Mm.
In fact, one of them was a shield bug, and I think it was a birch shield bug, so I can look that one up.
Right.
And then one's of a moth, which I'll never identify. So yeah, so we just have to. I'll get them onto the ID help, and then that'll increase the number a little bit, hopefully, if we can ID it.
Yeah, we'll have even more.
So there we go. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. It's been a great evening.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Uh, Myself
Thanks
and
for
Nick will
sending
be.
in your wildlife encounters.
Yeah, keep them coming. Let's get that list up, and then I just love seeing the pictures and videos and stuff as well. Some really cool
Yeah.
things. Myself and Nick will be back on Friday with some more Planet Crafter. We're almost at fish. We'll soon have fish in our little lakes and ponds, which should be very cool. And then myself and Nick again will be back next Wednesday with some more nature chat. And I suppose we've got to think about what we're going to do for a 1 year stream.
Mm. Yeah, to brainstorm.
Brainstorm what we're going to do. We'll come up with some ideas. If you guys have any ideas, just let us know. Put them onto the Discord, just in general chat. Would be quite cool. Frog costume, wasn't it? Yes, Burger Chris.
Yeah, Chris is right. It was the frog. Oh.
When you getting your camera? Have you ordered it yet?
Yes, I have.
Oh, and when's it arriving? Do you know?
This week, hopefully.
Cool. Have you got yourself a nice big memory card to put in it?
I thought it'd come with one.
No, you'll need to order yourself a memory card. I've got
I have to
120.
order a memory card.
Yeah, I've got 128 GB one, and I still haven't filled it yet.
Can you get them from like Tesco's? Surely.
Probably, yeah. That's
Okay,
cool.
so that's one thing I didn't think of in my deep diving of camera stuff.
Yes, yeah. You'll need
Yeah,
it.
it's
You'll need a
exciting
memory
but
card.
fun. Yeah.
And then
I kind of thought it
hopefully
might
you have
come
more
from.
luck with the Nikon app as well, SnapBridge app. So you can get them. You can download the images onto your phone, and then you can just post them wherever you want, instead of having to plug it into your computer all the time. But I've got to plug it into the computer all the time because the app just doesn't want to connect to my phone anymore.
It's genius.
Yeah, but I say if it works, it doesn't work for me. So
I will make it work. I will make it work.
I can get it onto my iPad, but I can't
Watch
get it
this
on my
space.
phone. It was working perfectly fine on my phone, and then
Mm.
suddenly it decided not to work anymore.
What? Watch this space. I'm going to do it. Well, I'll keep you updated, guys. Hopefully it'll be
Awesome.
here this week.
Cool. Right, folks, we're going to head off. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go and do a quick raid. I see that California Burbs is still going, so we will pop over there. And check out what's happening there. California Burbs. So yeah, we will see you Friday if you decide to join us. There's a pretty cool, looks like a turkey in the screen at the moment of California Burbs. Go say hi over there. Check them out. Really cool birds just on feeders. It's just ace. So many different things. And you can even like change the camera angle and stuff, which is I find very funky.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, have to figure out how they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see you on Friday, if not next Wednesday. Have a great one, everyone. See you soon.
For watching, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.